Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is lecture series 7 dealing with rules for writing SQL queries. Come, let's go into the video. First, we will be dealing with some set of rules that is followed when writing a query to extract the data, manipulate the data, or select the data from database or n number of options available for querying. Now, the first set of rules is case insensitivity. So we all would have heard about case sensitivity using uppercase, lowercase. Yes, so here it is case insensitivity. Now, this SQL keywords like select, insert, update, delete, these are actually case insensitive. It means that whether if you write it in uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. It actually takes as selecting a data, inserting a data, updating a data. But this doesn't go with the database. So you have a database where the query go into the database, select the data from the database. So the database names, rows, column, those are case sensitive. But these keywords are case insensitive. Next set of rule is white space flexibility. Here the keywords like identifiers, they are separated by at least one space. That is the keyword which we write and the identifiers. So say suppose the select and the identifiers is nothing but a name, ID, based on the rows and columns of the database, we write the identifiers. So they both should have at least a small space left between each other. That is nothing but white space flexibility. Only then the query can be read what it is actually. Next is data integrity. Data integrity, generally we make sure that the data that is in the database or when querying is done to retrieve the data from the database, we ensure that the data is always consistent. So that is why data integrity is one set of rule. Here constraints like whether it is unique, whether it has primary key, whether it is a not null value, all those should be specified in detail before querying the data. Next is string literals. What is string? String is nothing but a word when enclosed into a single quotes, we term it as string. Say suppose I refer students, that student should be in the single quote. So it means that somewhere in the database there is a word student, row name or column name called student. So it can easily retrieve the data. So string literals is nothing but something in the single quotes. Next is unique identifier. What is unique identifier? There are some reserved words like select, from, all those. So this cannot be used as table or column name because it is a query that we are doing. So only when it is enclosed in double quotes or backticks, then we call it as unique identifier. Next is statement termination. So obviously whatever SQL statement we write it as a program or a single word or single line, the last sentence should end with semicolon. Next is about comments. Comments, actually we give it for a better readability because not everybody knows the SQL query, what SQL query tells us. Right, so when we write a comments after the querying, it is helpful for us to ensure what actually the query tells. So that are divided into two types. One is single line and multi-line comments. What all these comments are, we'll be seeing in detail. And next is about valid identifiers. So here the table name and the column name should begin with alphabetical character, and it should have up to 30 characters, and also it will avoid special characters. But one special character can be used, that is underscore. Other than underscore special character, none of the special character must be used. So all this set of rules with example we will see now. So next is case insensitive with example. Here you can see a name table having a name. set of names. Here the name John alone is specified multiple times in different way, uppercase, lowercase, mix of upper and lowercase, all those. So now I am writing a query, select from users where name is equal to John. So this is the table name, user is the table name. So from users table I am taking name John. So that John is specified in quotes, single quotes. It means it is a string. Now what happens is all the names called John is taken out. It doesn't mean that only what letter here it is specified it takes, because it is insensitive. It takes all the data in term of John. Next is data integrity. So here data consistency is maintained with specifying not null value, unique and primary key. So before creating a table, we ensure that the table doesn't have null value. It is always unique and also have primary key to communicate with the query and the database. So this is the way how you will define the primary, not null and unique keywords. Moving on to the next set of rule, string literals. So in term of single quote, if it is mentioned, we term it as string literal. So this is a string literal, this is a string, this is a string. So select from inside the string, it means that string literals. Next is unique identifier. So unique identifier is nothing but alter table person. So there is a table called person where you are adding a unique ID. So the person name, whenever you want to query and retrieve the data, you need not specify the person name. You just specify a unique ID, because unique ID will be given for each and every person in the table. So just specifying the unique ID will give you all the data as required or related to that particular person. Next is comments. Comments is single line and double line. So single line is whenever you have a comment followed by underscore, two underscores, then it is called a single line. It means that fetch all records from students. So from student table you are fetching all the related records. Here multi-line slash star, end with star and slash. It means multi-line comment. Select from students. Generally all the records from the students will be selected. Querying will not differ between each other, but the comments will differ. Next, statement termination. So statement termination, as we said, it should end up with semicolon. Select, for selecting from students, semicolon, yes, the query is completed. It means that it is selecting all the data from the table student. Insert into students name, college, degree, values should be like this. So name should be John, college should be ABC, degree should be BE. So in such a way you are retrieving the table data. So this also will give you result because it ends up with semicolon. Update student set marks is equal to 100 where name is equal to John. So where John has secured 100 marks, it will get updated in the table in the marks section, and the result will be retrieved because it is ending up with semicolon. Finally, delete from student name John. This doesn't apply because there is no semicolon. So the statement or the query is still incomplete. Only after putting semicolon, the query retrieves or deletes the data from the database. Hope you have understood the set of rules. Please stay tuned for more information. Thank you.